Hello, it's Brony Review here for the final time this year, and 2017 is almost over. So that means it's end of the year special time. Yay! It's also the 300 subscriber special. Yay! This year is gonna be different. Last year, I ranked the movies worst to best. This year, I'm going to rank the top 10 best and worst movies of 2017. Now here are some rules. Now let's start off with the top 10 worst. Number 10. The Great Wall. Now I know that some people got it in 2016, but America got it in 2017, so I'm putting it in here anyway. Now hear me out. The Great Wall isn't a bad movie, it's just an okay one. The good things were the action, most of the visuals, and the 3D elements. But what's holding it back is some mildly cheap effects in some parts of the movie, ugly monster designs, and the fact that most of the movie's Chinese and English subtitles. It's not bad, but the Great Wall is just meh. Number 9. Just like Great Wall, some people got into 2016, blah blah blah. We got into 2017, blah blah blah. And Rock Dog is just a meh movie, blah blah blah. Rock Dog is a pretty okay movie. It suffers from forgettable story and lazy characters, but I don't loathe the movie. It had good animation, music, and it was pretty funny at points. Plus another good thing is that there's no Chinese with American subtitles. But still, Bodhi's Journey is just another meh American-Chinese collab. Number 8. Okay, this is a serious question. Why do we stink at adapting anime? I'm not a huge anime fan, but Ghost in the Shell is just another slightly failed American remake of anime. Ghost in the Shell was kinda bad with a confusing story and extreme flashing imagery, plus meh characters. But even though it had striking visuals, amazing 3D, and superb acting, it's just still pretty meh. Number 7. Nutjob 2 starts off the terrible stuff on the list. It had vulgar humor, animation looking uncanny and cheap, and generic characters, and improvements for very minor, like improvements on the first movie's characters. Nutjob 2, we didn't need you. No Nutjob 3, please. Number 6. Transformers. The Last Night. It's the same Transformers movie with the usual base stuff. That's all I have to say about it. Number 5. The Boss. It had garbage humor, and a first half with nothing put in it. Well, after watching it recently for a second time on Netflix, I don't find it as terrible as I did when I first saw it. It had strong heart, a great second adding, good animation. I would put it lower, but my original ranking and my original review put this here. Number 4. You probably know about the Weinstein scandal this year that was like a virus. And so, their last animated film they ever did was awful. Leap is an incredibly mean-spirited movie with cruel characters, very mean twists, and harsh, depressing scenes. And the animation isn't good enough to save this. And my good friends at Lionsgate, after My Little Pony the movie, saw the Weinstein scandal, and it triggered Lionsgate so much that their name was removed from the Blu-ray release. Good for you, Lionsgate. Number 3. Monster Trucks, you terrible excuse of a movie. Your horribly miscast characters, horrible visual effects, and awkward jokes I find in Nickcoms. The only thing good about you was some slight effort. Everything else was a horrid excuse of a movie. But it gets worse from here. Number 2. The Long Haul, you terrible excuse of a reboot. Your writing is lazy, your humor is horrible, and your new cast does not feel like the old. Thank you, Fox, for ruining my childhood. Well, here you go. Here comes the number 1 worst movie of 2017, which is the Emoji Movie. What can I say that's bad about the Emoji Movie that hasn't been said? Horrible humor, a story that rips off Wreck-It Ralph, strange animation, and eye-bleeding 3D. It was so bad that I had to spend a whole week recovering from the horror. And sadly, that week was the time when Cartoon Network gave us a 300-time Teen Titans Go marathon. Why would you do that to me, Cartoon Network? So yeah, the Emoji Movie, you're the number one worst movie this year. Okay, now it's time for the honorable mentions, which is normal. It's in the order of release, not my rating. So here's the list. Alright, now that the torture's over, here comes the best movies of 2017. Number 10. If I learned anything this year, it would be that Sony loves me. Let me tell you a little story of how I realized that Sony loves me. I was walking home to my house in May, when all of a sudden I suddenly see a package from Sony Pictures at my house at the front door. I open it, and all I see in there is a Smurf balloon. But that's it. Literally, that's it. So, Sony, here's a spot of recognition for you. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle is the 10th best movie this year. Jumanji 2 is hilarious, with non-stop humor, action, and good characters. Thank you, Sony, for giving me a great end-of-the-year movie. Number 9. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is a pretty satisfying sequel. It's got the same great characters, action, and amazing humor as the first. While it's not as good as the first, it's still good enough to satisfy us Marvel geeks. Number 8. My Little Pony the Movie. It's ponies. Love it. It's a movie scale. It's great. Great animation, great songs, great characters, and intensive acting, especially from Applejack, during a scene during the middle of the movie where it's intense. The comic version. I'm sorry guys, that was the highest quality version of the scene I could find. Number 7. Well, the Lego Batman movie turned out to be a huge surprise. Featuring the same great humor as the Lego movie, the action was awesome. Plus the Lego animation movie was good. I love the Lego Batman movie, but then the Lego Ninjago movie came out, which was just okay. Number 6. The final chapter of this Apes trilogy, War for the Planet of the Apes, was the only one I saw, so I wasn't familiar with it, but who cares? It was intensive, full of action, drama, and powerful acting. Apes will be enjoyed by both fans and newcomers like me. Number 5. The number 5 pick will be Coco, the best animated movie of the year. I talked Coco a lot in the review, but it had great stories, songs, animation, and characters. So Coco, I'll thank you for 3 things. 1, for giving me a good time. 2, making me want to do a collab. And 3, calming me down before Disney's sequel getting comes in the animation industry. Number 4. Spider-Man Homecoming. This is a reboot done amazingly well. It's the best Spider-Man movie since Spider-Man 2. It had great humor, action, and characters. Sony, thank you for giving me a great reboot of Spider-Man in a great way. I'm excited for Into the Spooderverse. Number 3. DC was pure garbage. But then Wonder Woman came, and it made DC great again. Jenkins has remade DC into something wonderful with lots of strong role models, fun scenes, and edge-of-your-seat action. Thank you, DC. You made a great movie at last. But then Justice League got released, and it was okay. Number 2. Okay, I think this is going to be a controversial pick, because maybe somebody watched the last video and thought, really, you think this is the second best movie this year? I thought it was garbage. I'm talking Star Wars The Last Jedi. I know you guys might not have liked it, but I love The Last Jedi. It had lots of great action, practical effects, lovable characters, and some good comedy, which is rare for the franchise. This sadly isn't the number 1 movie this year. So, what could it be? And the number 1 movie this year is... Actually, I'm gonna let you type it down in the comment sections below. Go ahead and figure out the answer below. I'm waiting. Actually, don't do that. It's Thor Ragnarok, people. The flat-out best MCU movie ever and the best film this year, period. Lots of wow and edge-of-your-seat action. Amazing humor, so funny that I almost shot coke out my nose. Which is a rare achievement for me. That's a big achievement for a movie, by the way. And the lovable, hilarious characters. Congratulations, Thor Ragnarok. You're my number 1 best movie of 2017. Well, guys, that was my final episode of 2017. Thank you guys so much for watching this year. Like, PG, comment, and subscribe today. Next is part 2, a list of my must-sees for 2018. So that's all. Have a happy new year from Brony Review.